Hi, it's Abinui,
Hi, this is Noella.
and you're welcome to Two Cents.
And a giggle.
Yes, episode 11, and we have our very first male guest. Sorry. Yes, so Noela, over to you. Please introduce our guest to us and
Okay,
to our increasing listeners.
okay.
Constantly increasing.
All right. I'm taking this podcast so seriously that I had to type out the intro. Okay, everybody, get ready because this episode is bringing new energy. We are excited to welcome our first ever male guest to the podcast. So it's not really a female thing. It's just that we've not had the opportunity to have a male guest. And today we have the honor. He is lively. I say here. But anyway, I've seen he's lively, yeah. He's lively. He's charismatic and somehow manages to make every conversation both entertaining and incredibly insightful. We're gonna find out. No pressure. No pressure. A true community enthusiast, he's passionate about bringing people together, building meaningful connections, and creating conversations that matter. This is my favorite part. Academically, he brings an impressive global perspective. He studied economics at the University of Buea, earned a master's degree in diplomacy from the International Relations Institute of Cameroon, IRIC, and later completed another master's degree at the Berlin School of Economics and Law. Over the last 5 years, he has worked across international corporations on issues relating to peace, conflict transformation, rural development, and lots more. He's going to tell us about that later. His work is grounded in the colonial approach to global North-South exchanges with a strong focus on intersectionality, inequality, and global justice. So, ladies and gentlemen, expect a conversation that is thoughtful, honest, and full of laughs. We hope that he's funny. But if he brings plenty wisdom, I'll bring the small foolish to spice it up. Now he's standing. I trust he's bringing the vibes, the wisdom, and plenty of stories. I've heard a couple of his stories. He's a storyteller. So, everybody, let's welcome our first ever male guest, Mr. Viban Valerie.
Okay,
Babuje, hey, Babuje, hey. One time, go at
Go.
Mungu in Kwele, that's why.
How
At
they say it
Mungu.
in how they say it in Banso?
What? They don't do Mungu in Kwele now for a man.
Okay, Valerie, before you speak, I want you to tell us if someone is getting married, if they're bringing a husband, how do they welcome like
Why
the
would they bring
husband
the
or
husband?
I don't know how they welcome the husband.
They don't welcome the husband, they welcome the
I
Ah,
think I think I've not found a aggressive culture where a husband is welcome.
oh, so
We're so paternalistic that even in marriage rights, everything is about welcoming into the husband's family. Maybe there are cultures, but I don't know them.
okay.
Yeah.
Or wait, that part where they welcome the husband's people into the girl's family when they come to begin those processes. The center is not even on the husband and his people, never. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we
yeah.
need to change things.
No, I
Anyway,
mean, it's not somewhere where we begin to blame our own culture because I think that matrimonial culture or this marriage culture thing is the same across the board because even in Western weddings, I think the center of attention is always still the bride, right?
yeah.
Even
Yeah.
even the greatest wedding song ever made was "Here Comes the Bride." So
Yes.
Bye. Okay, here comes our guest. Here comes our guest. Woo. All right,
thank
Abby.
you.
I don't think is it me. Sorry.
All right, Valerie, do you want to just Have I missed anything?
Uh, I'm supposed to be free and simple, so let me try.
Yes.
No, thank you very much. I did not send any written bio because I wanted it to be as simple as possible. Since I am heard that I am beginning to know that we struggle with being simple sometimes. So it's good to
Mm-hmm.
hear what people think or say of you in simple words.
Mm-hmm.
So, but let me make a small correction. So in ERIC, I studied international relations. Everyone who
Ah.
goes to ERIC studies international relations, and then there are specialities inside. So
Oh.
Okay.
yeah, so every degree from ERIC is international relations, and then now you have those sub specialities: diplomacy, uh, communication and public relations, public policy, humanitarian action, marketing, international marketing, uh, international conflict resolution, and more. Now there's heritage studies and more. So yeah,
Oh. Okay. So
just
you
just
have
that
it.
small clarity. But these are, I think these academic type studies for me were important in the beginning of life. But today I think I like to introduce myself more with more simple things like what I really enjoy doing is
Okay.
bringing people together, pushing social and behavioral communication, finding ways to keep people talking, to engage people, to connect resources to people who need them. Just staying close to things to build community. I think these things have grown to define me more now than those
Oh.
fancy titles. Those fancy titles are for the fancy rooms.
Okay. 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 So you're a people person.
That's again another fancy title, but
Oh.
I think I think everyone is a people person because nobody is an island, and everyone at least has somebody. And the plural of person is people. So if you have more than two friends, you're a people person. So
Okay.
all of us are people's people.
Okay. All right. Okay. So how have you been, Valerie? How has the week been? How is the Sunday? We just do regular. We do check up when we start. Just yeah.
I'm very good, though. I'm fine. It's been a very eventful weekend, right? Because I've been working, and then I belong to our PCC community here, Presbyterian Church in Cameroon community here, and we were
Mm.
celebrating our 10th anniversary, and I've been
Oh.
a bit engaged with that. That has been delightful. I've been spending time with friends because yesterday was our regular monthly meeting, and
Oh.
all of these things have a way they make you busy. And today, I think I spent time editing an interview, which I did with a Cameroonian musician, which I will go onto my channel to in the next days. So that's what I've been doing the whole day.
Okay.
And so I'm good.
All right. So the PC day, is it like normal PC day in Cameroon, like
No, not
plenty
PCD.
food,
No, it's for us.
Anniversary.
It's the anniversary, yes, but it was plenty food and fellowship. It's been a lot
mm,
of food. I wonder if they'll be able to finish how much food they made.
mm,
The food got finished, just saying. But it got finished because we carried a lot home. So,
Uh-huh. Okay.
yeah.
okay. All right, Abby, how are you? And
I'm
how have you
fine.
been?
I can copy Valerie's answer.
Copy.
I've been doing the same things.
Okay, did you have some friends over? Did you attend the monthly meeting?
I attended the monthly meeting. I didn't
Oh,
have friends
really?
over. I was at
Mm.
PC Day 10th anniversary today.
Oh, okay. And you guys are doing podcasts
Yeah,
together
yeah,
this evening.
yeah. Tomorrow I'll go to the office and say, what did you do over the weekend? Valerie and I can literally.
Can stay the
Yeah.
same thing.
And you, how are you? What have you been up to?
I've been up to many things. First of all, I'm fine. Secondly, I'm very excited because I received an award
I
over the
forgot. I
weekend.
was planning to
Oh,
congratulate you on the podcast. Oh,
So,
wait, please. I want to introduce you. Award. That award was so special.
ah,
So, Noella
eh,
created Valerie. I'm not sure you know what Noella did. So let me look for it. Noella created an application, or she proposed this idea of an application for people with disabilities.
mhm,
And this application is called Loom Assist. So I
mhm,
think it has a lot to do with deaf people, right?
mhm.
And
Yeah.
sign language is an AI tool.
Yeah.
and she was part of the so she was creating this idea to get a grant
Mm-hmm.
for the entrepreneurship
Mm-hmm.
fund in the
Yeah.
University of Edinburgh.
Mm-hmm.
She was one of the finalists and
Mm-hmm.
she won
Yeah.
wow.
5K.
Yeah. So
Congratulations. Is this
thank you.
5K? Is this 5K in CFA or is in hard
In
currency?
dollars.
It's
Okay.
Very
awesome.
hard currency. Very hard currency. I mean,
Wow,
please.
no, that congratulations. I got a glimpse of it on social media. I think I read a bit about it because I saw it on Abby's social media prompts.
Yeah, yeah. So in the coming days, I'll be sending out adverts for software developers, sending you applications. Let's see how you can work and build this thing. I want to give it a try. So yeah,
Wow,
that's how
you're a
it
very
is.
smart person. I like these people who can work with apps because I have competence of grasping many things, but one of them has not been technology at all.
Oh, fine. But yeah, so
Wow, congrats.
Congrats,
thank you
really.
guys. Thank you. So
That's nice. Just to clarify, the 5K is not money that you're sharing, right? It's money for the business.
hey, my sister,
Before we ask for our share, oh,
people. My village people have already start texting me that no, like that 5K. As people should rest. Should
And I know these people can be so how do you say, like, you have to be very accountable with how you
yeah.
spend
yeah, the
this money,
scrutiny is clear.
yeah.
You know, some years ago, a friend of mine won a grant of 100,000 US dollars
What?
from Google,
Mm-hmm.
and we thought that he had made it until we heard that the money until when we started writing him for little grants and here
Mm-hmm.
for little wishes here and there, and he told
Yeah.
us most of that money is coming back in the form of products. So like Google products that he would
Yeah.
then be
Yeah.
consuming for free,
Mm.
marketing and promotion stuff. That if he converts it, you don't see the cash, but when they sum everything he's receiving, it's about 100,000 US dollars. That was interesting to hear.
Mm. Yeah. I don't want to declare publicly if mine is cash or in products, but definitely I don't that's not how our own is. Because this one is a seed grant. You bring your prototype to life and then you test it. If it works and is proven to make a change, then you apply now for a bigger grant to scale it. So
Okay.
it's definitely, yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's go into the podcast. I've been receiving a lot of attention, and somehow, I don't know, I'm struggling with the plenty attention that is on me. Seriously, look here, I'm like, hey, Bella, hey, this public life. If not that our followers are still very small, will I be okay? Will I be? Ha!
Is your Instagram account plummeting?
I'm not even. I don't even. I don't want that kind of attention. I've not even posted on LinkedIn. Like I've not even posted it. I know that Mastercard Foundation is going to post it. Maybe when they post, I'll just reshare on my
Hmm.
own person. Only on WhatsApp that I say, okay, let me post it. Hey, Jesus Christ. Well, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I beg. This public life is not for me.
But then it goes
Anyway,
to confirm one thing we've always known, right? That people love to associate with success. Only failure is an offer, as Sophia sang.
yeah.
Stop
Success, give father, mother,
the brother,
brother,
yeah,
sister,
the
auntie.
auntie, yeah.
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 I'm sure that even people that no. Let me not bring stupid. I don't want. I've already proven myself to be smart. Let me not say something that was calling. So that even any of my crush that used to crush or that was not texting me, they
They're
text me that
suddenly
hey,
texting you now.
yes, congrats, and then using style to enter my DM. So how are you, dear crush? Please, if you listen this, I'm not talking about you. You get
Now the
anyway.
crushes that you're
Abby,
talking about have to identify themselves.
yes.
I'm looking for the game because I actually prepared it. No, I don't seem to find it.
All right. So Valerie, after we do check in, we have a game just to light up the things. And that's because we discovered that some podcasts are always very serious. And we don't want to get into the very serious niche. We want to have a blend. So we do chit chatting, normal, like everyday conversation, and then we have a game. Then we talk about some serious things.
Yeah. I feel like Valerie will do great in the preaching game. Before I have a game on racism, but like myths and realities. But let's do I feel like Valerie will be really great in the preaching game. So we'll go around. Noella, you give Valerie a word. And Valerie, you have to preach on that word. You have
I
to
say,
not preach like real preaching. You have to act like I would like us, sorry, but maybe this is offensive, but act like a Pentecostal pastor. You can say rubbish, but it can be any word, just for the
okay,
fun of it.
all right.
See how creative you can get.
It sounds good.
Noella, give
Okay,
your word.
so should we say 1 minute?
Yes, 1 minute. Will
Okay.
you time?
I don't time.
Okay.
I can time. So Valerie, let me give you a word. I've not started timing, but let me just umbrella. All right. Preach on umbrella.
Umbrella. The
Mm-hmm.
grace of God is like an umbrella covering us all.
That was easy. That was
God's
easy.
extravagant grace.
Yes.
Sorry. I can be good with this. Okay. Maybe I should take it over.
Are you doing well?
You're doing really well. Please.
Okay. No, no, God's extravagant grace is like this big umbrella covering us.
Mhm.
Do you want to be under this umbrella?
Yes,
Yes,
Pastor.
Papa.
It's Papa. It's Papa. It's
Say,
Papa. It's Papa.
preach on, man of
Preach
God.
on, Papa. Tell us,
Yeah,
Papa.
picture. Yeah. Valerie has laughed for all his time.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just funny. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Laugh. Time is up. Next person. Next time you will not laugh.
Okay.
You'll be serious. You laugh.
Maybe.
Don't laugh.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll take it serious now.
Okay, Valerie, you give me a word.
Revenge.
Hey.
Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
I know you have been thinking that the devil has been holding you back. Somebody say
Mm-hmm.
back.
Back.
You think the devil has held you back,
Mm-hmm.
but God is telling you, vengeance is mine. I will
Amen.
revenge it. I want you to hold on to a God of revenge.
Yes,
He
Mama.
can revenge for you. If there
Okay.
are things that are making you, if there are things that are making you think your grandma has put something, this person has put something, people are chasing you left and right, your career is not moving, studies are not moving, I want to introduce you to the God of revenge. Say the God of revenge.
God of
The God of
revenge.
revenge.
Yes. So he will, how do you say he will avenge? He will
Is the
avenge
Avenger?
it for you. Now, 1 minute
It's
enough.
okay.
This word is very bad because I don't even believe what I'm preaching, but oh, good. Don't
All
go
right.
anybody down.
If you would be a pastor, I will come to your church because at least I'm sure that you will not be shouting.
Oh, that's true. I forgot to shout. Okay, I need to remember this for the next round. Noella, your word is makeup.
So, young girls in this church, you just hear the word makeup, you think that it's something that you put on your face to show up, to show off. But that is not the meaning of makeup. Makeup is a process whereby you align yourself to God by making up to the Most High.
Hey, yeah.
So, if you sin and fall short of God's glory, you need to make up. I'm
Yes.
not talking about this powder, these things that you put and come and sit in front of me here. I'm talking so people are looking at me here with makeup on their faces. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about real making up with God. It's not the makeup that those of you that are living in the world, you make up with your girlfriends and boyfriends.
Oh my God.
It is the makeup we got. Because there's this thing that you say that when you argue with a partner and then you guys do make no. I'm talking, some of you are very perverse. You should be thinking of bad things. I'm talking about real biblical makeup with the Almighty God. Thank you. But that's how some Pentecostal pastors they
Of
preach
Yeah.
fire.
course, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. I'm seeing some thieves sitting here. When you go and tell the pastor, I I remember our pastor. Okay, I went to one Pentecostal church, and before that, I had met the pastor in the hospital, so he knew that I was sick.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to church that day. So the pastor just started saying, "Some of you here, yes, you are shining in the face, but there's something wrong with you."
Mm.
I felt that man was talking about me because. Because in that day, he's like, "Hey, no, I never knew that." I was like, "Yeah, I'm always coming to the hospital. I'm not feeling well. Like
Mm-hmm.
this, I have yeah." That day in church now, pastor said, "Some of you are shining like this. Your body is like." I just feel that I'm all talking to me,
Yeah.
which is not good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's play the next game.
Okay. So the game that we're doing now is it's not really a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a let's say a conversation starter or an icebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on the topic of racism. And I think Valerie is perfect for this. We're going to be I'll be giving statements and you can tell me if you think that's a myth or if it's reality. Or maybe you say, oh, it depends.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one is racism only means using racial slurs. Is that a myth or is reality?
It's
It's
a myth.
it's a myth. Me too. The thing that Valerie said. I
Why?
just
What what
oh
what does it also include? It's not fasting.
Valerie.
I mean,
I,
for me,
I
for me personally, if racism is just using racial slurs, I will not even be so concerned because it doesn't stick anywhere. Racism, for me, the bigger parts of racism are the parts that are systemic, that are exclusive, that are structural, that rob people of collective opportunity or drive collective stereotypes or collective prejudice and collective exclusion of a people. But if it's just about people using slurs, I mean, to be honest, that one doesn't hang, even though it's racism itself, but for me, the least part of the racism equation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was nice. Next one. Someone can say something racist without intending to be racist.
Reality.
Okay, cool.
Because
Do you want
you
to say
wanted
more?
explanation. Of
I
course,
think that's what
because
was good.
yeah, because people are socialized in a way. Sometimes, especially if you grew up in a in a society where racism is a thing which is everywhere in the world, you are socialized in a racist way. Just like sexism is a thing, you're brought up and socialized like this. So you could make comments that you don't even know that they are racist. And so it's a normal thing that happens. But does this necessarily make you racist? It's not a judgment I want to go into, but it's this is a reality that people make racist comments without even knowing that they did that.
Okay.
okay, wait, Abby, last episode, we're talking about racism.
Yes.
So you gave an example that someone can be kind and racist.
Of
Yes,
course.
because you said some white people are very lovely, and I said
Mm-hmm.
a lovely white person can also be a racist. Can also be racist.
So,
I have a very good example with that.
uh-huh,
For instance, when COVID started in the world, and then I had some kind old people who knew me in Germany here, and then
uh-huh,
they would write me a nice message and say, "Hi Valerie, we understand that you are struggling with your rent at the moment, and we
uh-huh,
know that as a young refugee in Germany, you don't have anyone to support you, so we send
uh-huh,
you this money for you to help pay your rent." That was a kind gesture. But these were people who have known me for a long time and they knew that, and I never imagined they thought of me as a refugee because I've never been. But since the people who look like me are mostly refugees, they had to drop it in there.
not really sure.
So they were so they were very kind, but there was a racist undertone in their messaging, even if they were not aware.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And why? Because of the racist socialization that
yeah.
most of the people who look like me are here to seek refuge.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's
But
racist.
thank them for the money, though. It was helpful.
Uh-huh. It was really
Some
good to have it.
some good
Yeah.
racist money. Next one. If something was meant as a joke, it can't be racist.
That's false. That's what did we say it was?
Myth, a myth.
That's a myth.
Mm.
A racist joke is racist. A sexist joke is sexist. We must call it like that way because sometimes you're unconscious that you're hurting someone with your joke. You know, like there was a colleague of mine in my former workplace who would, and it's a former or current workplace, who would try to joke with me about nigger and say we can call each other nigger. You know, there's that way that someone wants to socialize that. Even if it feels fun, I could make you laugh about it at that moment. It's not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Next one. Sorry. Assuming someone's nationality because of how they look is harmless.
That's a myth also. It's very harmful.
Mm. But I think that yeah, and it does not apply just to people that are not black, because myself, I always just assume people's nationality as well.
Mhm.
Because there's so many Nigerians in the UK that when I say black person, the first thing that comes to my mind is, okay, probably a Nigerian. I should be scared of you because I need to shine my eye. I love Nigerians like really well,
Mhm.
but they have this reputation of you have to shine your eye around them. So I'm in that pot of soup, but I'm trying to be better.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
And it happens especially, I notice it a lot, like not just with black people, but when I look at Asians.
Yeah.
I guess so as I'm starting to feel more conscious to not assume that because someone's Asian, the person is
Mm-hmm.
Chinese. Or because
Oh,
someone
India.
someone looks
Yeah.
Asian, the person is so if I see you before when I was still in the world, if I saw you and you looked Asian to me, I would
Mm-hmm.
think you're Chinese. If you're a bit taller,
Mm-hmm.
I think you're Korean. Like I mean South Korean. But
Mm.
now I, I mean there are Asian looking people who are Germans. There are black people who are Germans. There are people who look like they're from India but they're British.
Exactly.
I cannot assume that for them. And I also hope that people will not assume it for me. Yeah.
Like, where are you originally from?
Yeah.
I'm from Scotland. I mean, originally, like,
I mean, like I've had this before, and for me, the cool answer is from my mother's womb. This is where truly I'm originally from, right?
where you originally from? Me, somebody, you guys are, no, no, where are you from? I live at Gilmore Place. Where is Gilmore? In Scotland, Edinburgh. Before Edinburgh, as I came from London, like,
Mm.
before you came to,
From your mom's womb. I mean,
I was in worry.
Exactly.
Before you came to worry, originally, I'm from Cameroon. Uh-huh. It's
It's
crazy.
like it has to land on something that makes
mm,
stereotypical sense to them for it to be
Yeah.
correct. Yeah. So the next one, you can learn and unlearn stereotypes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
True.
reality.
True, 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 true.
Yeah.
But some stereotypes is when it's embedded in your culture and upbringing, sometimes it's hard to,
Unlearning anything in your adult brain is not easy, but it is possible
yeah.
because there's a lot of wrong things that are even in our own socialization, leaving even the racism from the discussion. There's a lot of
Mhm.
things that for us to survive need to be unlearned. Like whether we're talking about wrong things that exist in our Christian practices or in our
Yeah.
cultural practices, and all of this. And sometimes we don't even know how big this is, and if we don't have to highlight that it is difficult, but rather acknowledge that it's challenging. I think we have to see it more that way, and encourage people to keep on learning. I mean, if you could get a driving license at 25, then you can unlearn anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True. And even learn a new language.
Yeah.
And
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. So
I did my master degree with a man, Detlef. He was 72 when we were studying, and he was the
What?
best in class. So anybody could learn.
Yeah.
I'm
Masters in
impressed.
international economics at 72 is not easy, but he was the
Yeah.
best in class.
Wow.
32. One house of experience.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Okay. I mean, before you continue, Valerie made mention of something that I want to ask. Just a small follow-up question. So you made mention of Christian practices to unlearn. That caught my attention because
Hmm.
when I was in Cameroon, my Christianity was going okay. When I came to the UK, I started struggling with my faith. I've gone through this with Abby several times.
Yes,
So, what are some Christian practices that you think that are different across the borders? And
my dear.
what? Mhm.
This happens to the best of us. For me, I say that if it hasn't happened to you, then you can't truly call yourself a Christian. If you just understand this God equation from the way your parents brought it to you and the way Sunday school sent it to you, if you've not
Mhm.
developed a critical approach to it, then you don't have. For me, I think your living faith still needs to be found.
Mhm.
Personally, one of the biggest things for me, and I say it everywhere, many people would not like that or agree with it, is the first thing is the concept of the Bible. I keep telling people the Bible in itself is not the word of God because God himself did not write that word. It is the interpretation of the word of God by
Mhm.
those who wrote those things. And that's why I would agree with some and disagree with some because I'm not compelled to have their perspectives. Paul wrote a whole lot of things in the Bible that I don't agree with. Does it stop it from it being relevant? No. But is it an interpretation of the word of God according to him? Yes. Do I agree with all of that? No. So for me, it's first of all, I like to move people to that frame of seeing the Bible not as an absolute truth, but as an interpretation of the truth.
Mhm.
That's for me, that's one first thing. The second thing is the idea that we are called on to engender roles from the Bible. Engendering for me is basically using the Bible to limit people, to put chains around people, to feel that men should do this, women should do this. I don't think this was really the purpose. For me, these are
Mhm.
basic things that need to be unlearned. For instance, it says that, not the Bible as a whole, but Paul says that women should shut up in the presence of God, right? And let the men do the talking. But do we believe this should be it? No. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1 says, there shall come a time when women will find no value in themselves except they scream for a man. 7 women taking on 1 man to bear their names so that
Mhm.
they can stand the shame of being unmarried. Is this something that should be religiously preached? I don't agree with, you know. So there's a lot of unlearning I think needs to happen. Even the way that the gospel messaging is done. Because now that I'm also in Europe, I find out that all of these prayers that have to hammer on God ending your poverty is not more relevant to me personally. So I have to unlearn God as God who delivers from poverty. Because most of the
Yeah.
things I thought were because were poverty that could only be relieved by God, I have learned that they are just structural. And if we fix the
Mhm.
system, this doesn't need to go to God. There are some times I'm with my family members praying and they say some prayers and I'll be like, you could simply just ask me this thing instead of doing it in prayers. I could give you what you were asking.
Uncle Valerie, please, I'll send my paper, I beg, because I'll be bothering God, and God's gonna be
Because
happy that I know you, I beg.
and then also and I don't know, you may agree or disagree with me, is also I also feel that we Cameroonians or Africans as a people learned religion through a very Christianity through a very Eurocentric lens. This means that the interpretation of the Christianity and God to us most often is the way white people wanted us to perceive it. And this, for me, takes us away from the whole picture of Christianity. So this means taking us back to the classroom lesson, wherein we were made to see Jesus as a blonde guy, a white guy, his mother, the Virgin, as a very blonde woman, God as an old white man with a big eye in his stomach, Satan as one who looked like us, with a black man with horns, and this image stayed in most of our minds.
Yeah.
That is why even till today, if you tell practicing Christians, how does God look like? For them, they always see the person white. How does Satan look like? They see the person black.
Even
And you
to
cannot undo this. A
Mhm.
German author whom I know has tried to deconstruct this in a book which she calls How Jesus Became White, Natalie Visceral. And and for me, these are new ideas that we need to unlearn. Because if you're truly made in God's image, you should imagine God beyond an image, beyond a person. You must imagine God in the structure of yourself. And for me, this matters more than anything. So for me, these are things that I think need to be unlearned. And my favorite Bible word I would always say is not you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, as people like to say. Mine is, look, I give you everything, good and evil, right and wrong. And sure, I give you the power of choice, the power to choose for yourself. And for me, this means that at every moment in time, the best thing God gave us was a brain to always think, to deconstruct whatever they're telling us and find out if the truth is there. Even if it's a testimony, find out if the truth is there. And for me, these are all the things you need to deconstruct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Wow.
Just yeah. that's,
That was
just
a whole
that's
sermon.
good. Yeah, that's very preaching. Yeah. I think it's really helpful to understand, especially I mean to me too, and others, because I came to a point where I had to understand that my relationship with God is not transactional. I think
Yeah.
that's what helped me. Yeah, and then also having supportive people that were very open-minded to listen to me and not judge me when I was saying that, okay, I don't really believe,
Mm.
I'm losing my faith, not casting me out, like, no, like evil spirit. Yeah, I'm so grateful. I got to the point where I just say, okay, I don't want to stop being a Christian, but I want to stop seeing Christianity and my relationship with God as transactional.
Transactional.
Yeah, because when you start having the things that you wanted and you were praying to God, and then you discover that, okay, even the days that I forget to pray, these things still happen. So what's the point of praying? So now my relationship now with God is growing towards like, okay, you are God, and the transaction is not part of the arrangement that I have with you. I think that that's really helped me, and thank you for sharing
Yeah,
that.
this
Yeah.
this for me to an extent it came from that transaction aspect also came because of a mix of both prosperity gospel and then our situations where we're coming from, right? Like if you're hopeless, you're
Yeah.
hoping that if you do this, you would get that. Because
Yeah.
we, unfortunately, on the hierarchy of culture are on the most receiving end of culture. And this means that everything filters through. We do nothing to shape it. So Americans, through Billy Graham and those televangelists, brought us this prosperity message. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if I'm blaming Billy Graham, that's too late. Even the whole idea of missionary, bringing mission to us, brought it already from a transactional perspective. If you give away your shady, black, dirty cultures in exchange, you will have salvation. That already was the foundation for it. So even the televangelism and the other dimensions of it that came to address our poverty and our bondage and our witchcraft, that sounded appealing to us, just fell into a system that was there to enable it. And therefore, because we are victims of globalization, of big capitalism, because we are all wanting money or some things to survive in this system, we are all having things we cannot achieve. We tend to see it only from transactional perspectives, especially if you're excluded from power, from resource, from the basic things. Then you only know that the only way to break into it is to pray until your knees bleed.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But yeah, I think that's very good. But on the bright side, I think the Sunday school knowledge helps to put you in perspective, to make you scared of some things and you will not do them because you're scared to go to hell.
Yeah.
And they should just prepare the gospels so that when you have passed the Sunday school age, and now when you discover that I can do this thing and nothing happened to you, then they bring you this other knowledge that, okay, at this point you have preserved yourself up to now. Now you're in the real world. This is the truth. I think
I mean, in my opinion, I even feel that this the reducing everything to hell even narrows the whole perspective and makes it easier to even escape things.
yeah.
And me, I would like to push it more towards action and consequence. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, this is what I always think is missing in our Christian faith. That people just, especially postmodern Christianity, right, where we believe that there's already the saving grace of God, which makes sure that if you do anything wrong, you would be
Yeah.
absorbed from it through grace. And therefore, it makes
Mm-hmm.
Christians, especially in the new order of Christianity, very unaccountable people and very difficult to deal with
Yeah.
because someone tells lies at random, pastors tell lies at random, not knowing, not caring because they know that at the end there's that thing called grace. which is supposed to absorb you from. And therefore, a society where people do not take, where consequence doesn't exist in people's minds, leads to a church that fails to deliver on social justice, on making things better for everyone, on holding people accountable.
Yeah.
And I think this is the problem with our modern Christianity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was also thinking recently about this same topic, and then
Mhm.
a scripture came to mind, but I cannot remember it. Where God is in the Old Testament, where God is saying, "This is the kind of fast I would like." That He would like a fast where you take care of the oppressed, and you, I think, look out for the widows and the orphans.
Mm-hmm. It's in
And
Isaiah.
yes, when this thing came to my mind, I was thinking about how so much on the reasons why we fast are based on what we want.
Mhm.
So we have gotten to a point where our Christianity is so individualistic. So we're praying in church, and even the power of intercession is no longer the same thing anymore, because
Mm.
we're no longer praying for other people. I mean, if you don't go to a
We're,
church where
we're, we're very selfish in our.
yes, if you don't go to a church where intercession is really intercession, like
Mm.
we are praying for the church
Mhm.
and for the world, you will find out that you go to church and you pray for yourself from the beginning to the end. We pick prayer points now. When they say
Yeah.
we're praying for the fruit of the womb, the woman who has already closed with her 4 children, she knows this is not my prayer topic. She
Yeah.
now keeps quiet and then wait. And when they now say praying for future husband, all the single ladies are now praying at that point. So it's like, yeah, it
Yeah.
just bothers
These
me
are
a
all
little bit at that
misleading
point.
concepts, and they are unfortunately too many. For instance, when I listen to testimonies during Thanksgiving, and someone will say, "We were 28 of us in that bus. Everyone died. I was the one who came out alive. The only one." How selfish of you! Like, I'm not saying that that's wrong. It's good to be appreciated that you came out alive. But how about those who died? Did they not also serve the same God?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So for
Anyway,
me, I think that we need to think again more towards the doctrine of compassion, of the cross that saves, more than we, like me, I'm better because I'm serving God. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's like the Pharisees prayer, right? When he was saying,
Mhm.
"Oh, I'm so grateful I'm not like the other person."
Yeah, I'm so cool.
Yeah, I pay my tithe, I
Mm,
fast, I pray, which is not exactly. I think Jesus shows us so many times that he's not moved
Bye.
by performance.
yeah.
Like he says it so many times. He has told so many people, "Your faith has made you well." So it was never, or let me not say it was never, but it was not really
It's,
about.
it's not your deeds have made you well.
Yes, it was not
Mhm.
about the religiosity of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that was insightful. I didn't even know that we're going to like. Oh, cool. The game is done.
Say, all right, I have something to say. So last week we were talking about racism. I'm sure maybe that's why you brought the game. So we were talking about this professor from Cambridge. I don't know if you've heard the story, Valerie. Have you
Mhm.
heard the story that
I have avoided making a comment on that topic till now
oh, oh okay, okay, let's keep that real. Let's talk about something
because it's
else.
a very complicated issue.
Yeah, it's complicated.
There
Myself
is
too.
there is definitely so much racism involved,
Yeah.
but racism is not the only story.
Oh really?
That's what I
Like
feel. There's racism, but it's not. You can't use the racism equation to solve every problem, every
Yeah.
issue. There's definitely witch hunting, systemic racism against him.
mm-hmm.
The extreme right media rallying against him.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, let's leave it. No, let's leave it. It was actually a very difficult topic for us, and when we spoke a little about it, we just finally concluded that even though the media played a part and the racist everything, we as Black people also, especially in Africa and Cameroon, we have our own forms of hatred towards one another in the form of nepotism, corruption, and all those things that cause people to die every day. They give
Mm,
you money for roads, you don't construct the roads, and there are several accidents. Who kill those people? You.
mm,
So we said, okay, we just looked at it that part, not the other part that you want to look at. No,
There,
that's
there,
very
there
deep.
there are two ways I talk about racism. When I talk about racist topics with fellow Black brethren, the way I
Mm-hmm.
pitch it is very different from when I talk about it in advocacy and activist circles.
Mm-hmm.
For us, for me, when I come to us, I don't push. When I'm talking with fellow Black people, I don't push a lot the idea of of uh, of blaming racism. I push more the idea of agency. How do I use my agency to avoid falling victim to these things?
Mm-hmm.
How do I make sure that I'm not a target? How do I build my resilience away from this?
Mm-hmm.
How do I tell a few less things that are not verifiable so that I don't become victim? My voice, if I'm talking on our community, cannot be the same voice I'll be using in an activist community, in an activist space, because an activist space is to get the society better. In the Black community is to build our resilience. This is my approach. Many people may not agree to it, but I really believe that in as much as the world has racism and everything is racist, we still have a prime responsibility to to take care of our resilience, to build our support systems, to still speak truth as it looks, to make sure that our profiles look clean. And I know that someone will say, yeah, but white people cheat and get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's true, but we hear you have to take care of yourself first before the society can be fine. And for me, that's how I would look at it. There are two sides of every equation.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you think can make a community genuinely meaningful? Like, how can people start taking care of themselves? You already made mention of maybe trying to keep a clean profile before looking out for the community. So, what are other things that someone can do to have agency? Is that how you call it?
To use your agency, your power
Yeah, to use it.
the
Yeah,
power you have in every situation.
yeah, yeah.
I think the first thing above every other thing is support networks. You need to have support networks that you can talk to in case you have things that are difficult. You need to understand you in the space you are, your positionality. You are a Black person in a white society. This is already there. You're the one who came into this society, as they like to say it.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't true, but you're not the first one who came, though. So you can write your story always. There are things that you can control and things that you cannot control. Those things that you can control, do your best to control them. I cannot control if I cannot control if I get racially profiled by the police, but I can stay away from crime so that I don't even come to have that interaction. I can try to stay away. you know, I cannot control how much the media will use what I said in an interview because they will spiral it in any way. But I can control the words I use in an interview. I
Yeah.
cannot. They're just those basic things. I can always be conscious that whatever is worth doing well. These are basic principles we learned growing up, and we can still maintain those. Sometimes we are moving here with all these white kids who are our friends, and most of them are not as hardworking as us because they know that life for them is already guaranteed. They don't make you know, but it's until
Mm.
you find out when grandpa dies and they will tell you that I'm going to be inheriting my grandfather's house. Then the clock rings. We're running on different paths. When your own grandfather is dying in Cameroon and leaving you with debts to pay. So it's always to be aware about your position, your positionality, and see how much you want to go into. I personally, one thing I do is I don't go out for protests, whether it is
Mm-hmm.
pro-Palestine or anti or those anti-imperialist protests. Why I don't
Mm-hmm.
go out for them is because I know that first of all, the understanding of the role and function and relation with the police between me and my white friends is different. My German friends, for instance, know that you should never ever have any violent reaction or altercation with the police because the police is superior. So they will be in a protest and the police is maltreating somebody and dragging a woman by the hair, and there are all those there screaming, "Lass seine Haare, leave her hair," singing it in chorus peacefully because they know they should not react violently. But I come from Cameroon and we know that if someone is hurting someone else, you do what you say, enactment to protect. You hit the snake by the head before it kills someone around you. Many times in Cameroon, we have attacked the police, not in disrespect, but because we knew that not attack the police, we attack the next person. So since I know that this is how I would tend to react if I were in such a situation or scenario, and then I would be racially profiled and dragged on a different scale, which white people will not even support me in this case because they will say, yeah, but he was also beating the police. The best way is to stay away. This is me taking care of myself. This is me handling what I can handle. Because if I'm then and that situation arises, it would be spiraled in a way that I will not believe. Whereas I could have blocked it by just maybe logging off.
Okay. Right. Yeah, yeah, true. That's very important. And I think that that point on positionality is very important for us coming in at old age, quote unquote. As we were talking, I was just thinking about those that are born here. You know,
Mm.
it's okay, let's say our kids. I don't know if I'll give it to my kids here, but anyway, our kids here, they don't know like about Cameroon. They don't have this, this resilience that we have. They don't, so they just grow up here, and some of them just grow up like the white kids.
Mm-hmm.
And the consequence on racism on them will be more
Will
than
be
on us.
different. Also
Yes,
true.
because for me, I know that okay, I need to stay on my lane. If they're doing anything, I know I'm coming from. I'm from Cameroon, yeah. But if I give birth to my kid here, like any other child, you grow like them, and then be facing the racist thing. I was just thinking how hard it can be on them, and how they can handle it differently from us. Because for us now, positionality, taking care of yourself, not involving with the police. But for them, they're still going to treat everybody sees that they're black. But some of them even grow to around three before they start realizing that okay, I'm different. And they start asking you
Mm-hmm.
questions. So I
Yeah.
was just thinking about how can it look for them? Or maybe we should leave them to worry about it. Or we can decide to talk about it.
The economist Esther, population economist Esther Bosserup says that every challenge drives its own creativity. Um,
Yeah.
Truly for us, the way racism affects us, and that's why when I speak about this, I'm speaking about it only in my perspective. As someone who moved from Cameroon to here, and I know that my home may be here, but also my other home is Cameroon, and I'm connected to it. But if I have a child in Germany and he's born here, his home now is here, not Cameroon. Cameroon is just an exotic holiday destination for him.
Mm-hmm.
And what this means is that he's going to confront the problems of his society differently. He will be equipped for it also differently than I have been equipped because he will be socialized and educated here. And that is why communities where young people get empowerment, young black kids get empowerment on how to deal with this here are different. There are communities in Berlin like each one teach one, EOTO, who work with Afro kids, Afro diasporic kids born here to build things like that. If when I go there, I get bored because I think that what is there is not relevant for me because I'm different,
Mm-hmm.
but for them it's relevant. So they would find their ways in every society, right? Because as is it Franz Fanon who said it? Every generation has a mission to discover it and achieve it. Theirs would be to be born into these problems and to also solve it their ways with the guidance that we as parents will be giving them based on our experience, but also the experiences of the society where they are found into and the resources that are being offered by this society they are found into. In Cameroon, we're not teaching people how to deal with racism because we don't encounter it in the way they encounter it in Europe. It's in a different way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know. So each one has a different problem, and you can always handle it based on the magnitude of your own problem. Definitely our kids who are born here would encounter racism differently from us, and they need a totally different toolkit to handle it. But the good thing is that the society is getting more progressive. There are way more resources for them now than the kids who grew up in the German GDR and Nazi times. So it only
Mm-hmm.
gets better. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Germany in this context. I don't know about the rest of Europe, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
This made me think of one time where something happened to somebody, and to me it was not so personally I didn't think it was racist. um so I was in this, I don't know if I've said this story before, maybe not on the podcast. I was in this building and we were having a conference. So Breath for the World Youth Council was having a conference there, and then there were other people having a conference there, an Afro diasporan group, I think. So most of them were people who were born here, and they were having a racism workshop or something like this. So one of them spoke to me because I was the only black person in my group. When I went and met them, we were discussing. I went with my friend who was from Georgia. And she saw a little girl and touched her hair. A little black girl. And the way her mother flared up. Like, her mother was so annoyed. Spoke to my friend and she started crying. In the moment, I was, because she's always touched my hair, it had never been a thing to me. Because in Cameroon, people touch my hair all the time. And I had never really, personally, I didn't find it offensive all the time that she had touched my hair. But later, I could interpret from, like what Valerie is saying now, that we have different experiences. So me, I've forgotten the politics behind this, but me not being, the fact that I was not born here and I'm used to a culture where touching hair is not exactly offensive, I've always been fine with it. But I noticed that day how bad and how racist that could look. Yeah.
The politics of hair is a very complicated topic. Some years ago in Berlin, there was an entire exhibition on the politics of hair and the racist politics behind hair and everything. And for us coming from a different culture, it's really different. You know, when I was a volunteer in Germany many years ago, there was this girl from Costa Rica whose hair I fancied very much. And I loved touching it. And she loved me touching her hair too. And it was also difficult for people to tap that racism because I was black and she was Latino. But you could always see white people having an annoying stare at it because, you know, there was that culture, that itch coming from the background of the politics of the hair. And because she and I were innocent at that time, we did not see it that way. This day, I think I would not touch that hair again at all because what I've known has made me see it differently.
Yeah.
There are a lot of those things. Even that simple question we talked about in the beginning, where do you come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not offensive for me to tell people I'm from Cameroon. But to a child born here who knows he's from here,
Yes. Mm.
it becomes offensive. It's different. It's racist, you know,
Yeah.
because he's not from Cameroon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same way to me when I just got here. If I walk into a supermarket and they speak to me in English, I'm happy that they spoke to me in English. But to someone who was born here, to walk into the supermarket and you first speak to them in English because they're black, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
They take
like,
it differently.
yeah.
Yeah.
And even now, I take it differently recently because I think, why do you
Oh,
assume
your
I'm
German is good.
why? Yeah.
No, for me,
Gosh.
I still, well, if you speak to me in English, I still love it. It saves our time. It saves our time.
Okay, that's nice. All right, this racism topic is so complex, so complex, and
It's so complex, but it is not impossible to be engaged. Why? Because the more we read and learn, the more we know. The more we interact, the way we know. You know, I tell friends who are back home many times, if people living abroad are talking about this racism topic in depth, sometimes talking about the consequences and are so annoyed, please just let them talk. Don't shut them up. Our experiences are different.
yeah,
You know, I had never even noticed that my color was an exceptional, that I was black until I landed in Brussels, that famous 16th of July 2016, and then suddenly changing plane to come to Germany, and we were only 4 black people now on the plane.
yeah,
The whole thing then suddenly changed.
Yeah.
yeah,
So the more you experience, the more you see things differently. Even in my economic studies in Cameroon, it's true that I did development economics. There was no single lecture on really explaining inequalities.
yeah. True.
So it's until you begin to read and understand things like that that you begin to understand the depth of things. And then that's why you would be surprised to have friends in Cameroon who tend to be so prone to conservatism and admire right wing autocrats, you know, which you who is living here and has different experiences, you will not see eye to eye with. You know, you have friends in Cameroon or elsewhere in Africa who support anti-migrant policies, who support visa restrictions and stuff like this because they have not had the experiences you've had. You know, they have not known what it means to be kicked out of, like in my 2016, my life changed because I never knew that just attempting to travel black would mean that every time I have extra checks at an airport, I have I mean, my volunteer year, I was always the last to board every flight, and that's because I loved to travel around also.
Yeah.
And these experiences from then on shaped my opinion about migration, about politics, and about migration politics, about border limitations and things like this. And therefore, we can also expect people back home to react to things like us because they have not experienced what we have experienced.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Like someone big at home, I remember when Trump was voted and I was at home, someone was telling me that it's such a good thing that Trump is coming to power. He's going to limit all these people going to America through the Mexican road. Then those of them who have the right documents to go abroad can at least have their visas easy. On one hand, I was angry, but on the other hand, I had to be empathetic to take time to explain to them how it is wrong to think that way.
Yeah.
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 It's really crazy.
And again, these were very Christian people. So that tells you again about those things we need to unlearn in Christianity. That selfish aspect of our doctrine, I hate it with everything.
Yeah.
This year is your year.
I mean, you can take it as your year. It can also be everybody's year.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Not be yours.
My year,
Every-
good morning. Good morning, my neighbors.
Yeah.
You stand out among
Yeah.
your peers. You stand out.
Yeah, my year of uncommon blessings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay. I wanted to ask a lighter question. This topic can go on and on and on because when you're saying things, I'm really relating to the things. So I'm like, okay, no, that. Oh, should we keep talking? No,
Go. No.
let's not keep talking. I want to ask a very light question. So, what's something people often assume about you that is not actually true?
Thank you very much. This is a small talk question. The problem in Germany, the problem with living in Germany is that you get to be very bad in small talk. Because in Germany, you learn to take life very serious. So to everything, you give a serious response.
This is not very serious. Serious was something.
Yeah, but what's something in my life that people just assume? I think people see me a lot as an extrovert, but they don't discover the introvert parts of me as well. They don't
Really?
discover.
They exist.
Of course, there are those parts of me which, like when you see me speaking at events every time, there's also that part of me that takes breaks during those times to just be alone because I don't want people around. There's everyone. I think everyone has a bit of extrovertism and introvertism, just that sometimes one takes over more than the other always, and then you begin to see them only in that light. Yeah, I think sometimes I would like to also be seen as someone who is possibly vulnerable at times, who sometimes needs support and who makes mistakes many times. I think I don't get enough of from people that they give the grace for you to make mistakes and be vulnerable and be given time to regenerate and grow. And what is it? I think nobody thinks that I watch.
Yes, that's what I wanted to hear.
That I watch stupid TV content and that I love stories.
Oh, really?
You watch K-drama?
No, I don't watch K-drama. But the reason why I don't watch K-drama is, oh my God, I don't know how not to say this, but because I cannot distinguish between the people.
That's very in line with today's topic.
I don't know how to say it without saying it that way I said it. But that's the reason why I don't watch K-drama.
See, truly, it is. That's the thing. All of us have that same thing because I have some classmates also that are like that. I always get confused.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that I saw just now in class. And it's the same way I get offended when they confuse me with someone else. Like, hey, are you? Anyways.
When I was doing Chinese language, I had a teacher who was called Tia Yue. Tia Yue, yeah. And so she was really beautiful. And I was fond of always telling her Lao Shi Tiao Liang in Chinese, which means beautiful teacher. And then, I mean, these were things that happened when I was 22. Excuse me for that. And then, every time I would see her, I would say Lao Shi Tiao Liang. And anytime I see any of those Chinese teachers who were teaching in our school, I would say Lao Shi Tiao Liang because they all look like Tia Yue to me.
Yes.
And then you sometimes I will not even spot the difference until the day when all of them were walking in a group.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh. Oh my god.
So all of us have some of these biases that we just need to be more tolerant and pay more attention to things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because okay, that I love watching simple love drama too. Like most men don't agree. They think this is not masculine, but most of those storylines are directed by men and all of that. I mean, love is human. So I watch Bridgerton. I love it.
Oh, me too. I loved it. I liked it.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, if you we grew up basically reading romance literature in school, so it's just for me, it's just it should be human, whether you like it or not. It should not be because you're a man or woman. You know, I watched Emily in Paris. It was cool.
Ah, I love Emily in Paris. My God,
Yeah,
it
Right.
was so good. Yeah.
yeah, and I even watched the what was it called? That one, that trash TV show, The Ultimatum.
Oh, if it's trash TV, I'm so good at trash TV.
I
The
even watched.
ultimatum. All they love is
I think
blind.
yes, I think even last year, my most watched channel on YouTube. I don't know how that makes people think about me, but it was Pop the Balloons.
Crazy, crazy. That people do not know that about you. You look like this guy that is preaching decolonization, inequality. Hey, uncle. All right.
I think we have several aspects of ourselves, and I think focusing on one aspect doesn't necessarily make us better humans. I think we should be able to celebrate the different aspects that we're able to have in ourselves.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
definitely.
So, anyway, it's good to know that you can be a teddy bear. So, so is there any other thing that you'd like to share with listeners, with us? We're going towards the end. Any other thing that you like to talk about? Anything that you care about, or anything?
Oh, uh, what is that? What was not shared? I don't know. There's always so much I can share. I have conversations on every topic every time, so I don't know which one.
Anything, yeah, just anything. Because our podcast name is 2 cents and a giggle. Even though you have given us like 100 cents already, but we're just checking in. Do you have any
Mm,
other 2 cents that you want to chop on any issue? That was it can be on the same issue, it can be on any other issue
mm.
before we
So
Yeah.
that matter for life.
Or a hot take or something about your
Yes.
work. Anything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this one.
Please don't report or don't report your boss to us. We will not be able to do anything. Or if you're the boss, don't report your employees to us because we don't have the powers.
Okay, no. I think if I were to say something in that light, what the only thing I would love to mention would always be my passion for to see people like us who are called migrant people to live and to thrive in the societies where they are found beyond the expectation, beyond the norm. And
Mhm.
I think I have a good passion for this always. And it's always just good to insist again that there is opportunity outside there to be grabbed. We can take advantage of the improvements that are happening in the societies where we are, and stop seeing ourselves only beyond the confines of our limitations, within the confines of I don't understand the society, I don't come from here, so it's exclusive for me. You know, I remember when I stopped being a student and I was living with a Cameroonian guy. That time I was working in a warehouse. Oh, those are the parts of my life that I would sometimes love to share. When I was working in the warehouse and then I was complaining to him that day that I don't like working in the warehouse
Mhm.
because this is not for me. I really want to have a real job in an office with career. And then he will be responding to me, stop dreaming. Why are you such a dreamer? Which other Africans have you seen working in an office here with us in Berlin? And I'll keep insisting to him, you know, I wish he would be able to now know that for the last 6 years this is what I've been doing, what he thought was not
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
let's go out there and catch the opportunities in every way we can. If it means learning a new language, we do it. It's very hard. If it means learning new things, we do it. And just pushing the idea that it's never late to learn, and that there's in as much as you want to say that the world, the society we live in is very racist, which is true, but
Mhm.
also saying that the situation of racism has improved over the years and people are a little bit more tolerant and opportunities are more available to us, it's also true. So there's the one truth doesn't eradicate the other.
Yeah.
And the goal is that we should keep embracing opportunities, we should keep getting better, you know, and we should really, really get better at the decisions we make. And I also like to always push the idea that everything lies in the power of our decisions before anything else. You cannot control the external environment, yes, but the power of your decision shapes how you can always react to whatever is outside.
Yeah.
And for me, it's something that I love to live and thrive on.
Mm.
Cool. Rema.
Yes, Papa.
Very
Woo!
deep.
Woo! Preach!
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's so inspiring.
Mm.
Yeah.
On other days, if I am not sounding so formal, I like to be obsessed with history and politics and football at times, and
Oh, I wanted to
and
ask you
many more
though.
things. Mm.
Oh no,
Mm.
it's too late. But I thought we'd talk about the WAFCON for a bit.
Oh, I would have passionately talked about the WAFCON, you know.
I don't know. Having you a
I
country
would have,
this
I would
your
have
week.
passionately talked about the WAFCON because I've effectively watched the AFCON since 2000 and what's 2004? I think I started watching WAFCON in 2004.
Oh, I
Was it
didn't know.
Really?
2005? Yes, yes. All those four finals Cameroon played and lost. All the three finals Cameroon played and lost. I watched all.
Yeah, I
So
watched
for
two.
me, it was very delightful to have them win this time. That famous one, they lost 5-0 to Nigeria.
Hmm.
The first one we ever
Ah,
lost to the hands
Yeah.
of one Nigerian player called Perpetua Kocha, who scored all the 5 goals. I've never forgotten.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have those kind of silly
So
details.
it was very beautiful to see Valentin Gilly come now and be the coach who won the trophy because that famous 5-0 loss we had, she was a player at the time.
Oh,
oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know this. You see?
I watched football with passion since I was 12. At 12 I was already an amateur football reporter. So
Wow. I think we're going to have you again to get into the African football space, regardless. So, because I'm not sure today we can cover
mm.
everything
Yeah,
about it.
delightfully, I will come back, especially when we talk about country football, its
Yeah,
geopolitics and its role into strategy and how it's shaping politics and relations around its
yeah,
influence on peace and everything. We can go deep into how football constructs peace. I will talk about Cote d'Ivoire, for instance. That Cote d'Ivoire became peaceful in 2008 thanks to football, after a long civil war, right? Things like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sure, we should do this before, at least
alright.
before the next AFCON.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Next
Alright.
AFCON is July 2027, right?
Yes, next year.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, so
which
we
will be
Where
should.
is it
won
taking
by
place?
Cameroon. It's the Pamoja AFCON. It's holding in the east. So Kenya, Tanzania, and
Tanzania.
Uganda.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Maybe we'll even do it from there. Who knows?
Yes, I
I,
like that.
I, I can't claim that I will not be there.
I like that.
Yeah. Is there any book you're reading that you can recommend?
At the moment, yesterday I just bought a book
Or
called,
you've read?
what's that book called now? Oh, what I read. What do you want me to recommend on serious books, political books, self-help books, or I mean, I'm
Anything.
not good at self-help books. I read,
Anything.
I read. Mm. If you want to have a good laugh,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
to be able to relate with things from the perspective of of innocence, the book Pigeon English is the most read. I love it. I've read it 2 times. I still do.
I've
It's a
heard
book
about
by a
it.
certain guy called Peter Keller. Yeah, Keller, who is this Stephen Keller or Peter Keller? It's one of those two names. Who is a British writer, but who is narrating the story of a young Ghanaian boy who moved to Britain at the age of 11. So he's imagining everything, all these topics we're talking about, migration, racism,
Mm-hmm.
from the perspective of an 11-year-old boy. It's
Mm-hmm.
really such a good book. When you read that book and you finish, you go out in the street, you're staring at kids, wondering what they're thinking about.
Mm.
Yeah,
Pigeon
and such
English.
humor, so funny. Yeah, pigeon, like pigeon the bird.
Like the bird. Okay.
Yeah, pigeon English.
Okay.
Cool.
I think I have 2 copies. No, I don't have 2 copies anymore. I offered one as a farewell gift to a friend.
Okay.
Oh,
It
Noella, do you
makes
have
you
a
laugh.
book recommendation? Just so I should not
no,
forget you.
I don't have a book recommendation. Just journal papers you can read. Article.
It's okay. Thank you. Don't need them. Thank you very much.
Why? That's a book. And I must say
No.
that Abby knows that recently, since last year, I started promoting more of easy reads, not complicated books.
Yeah.
That I talk a lot about light humor books like Yinka, Where's Your Husband? Or those books by Damilare Kuku.
Yeah. Only
Bum
Big
Bum is
Bomb
all
Bomb
that
Matters
matters tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Only Big Bum matters tomorrow.
Yes, I
And,
like
and
that
and
one.
the other one, which is not a simple book though, I don't know how you people tolerate such
Women Rent
content
Men.
here.
Women Rent Men and Secrets here. It's also Damilare.
There's the other book, there's the other complicated book which is called
Nearly all the
The
men.
Sex Lives of African Women.
Ah, I've not read that
That
one.
anthology. I think I have. Do I have it? It was a friend's one I borrowed, but I'm sure I still have it. Books like that that provoke dialogue, that provoke talk,
Yeah.
and I mean, Confessions of Nairobi Men, Confessions of Nairobi Women. I have all these funny books, but that's because in our early childhood, too, another consignment of book we read were light literature books, books like Good Food, Onoma, they were light, right? Bukilo Besumbo. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
in as much as we read serious things, we should also be easy to for us to read simple things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But for racism, maybe I should put a book for racism because it's good to always push people to read books that open their minds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's the very good classic from Frantz Fanon, the good old Blackface White Mask is always good to read, especially as someone living in the diaspora, which because it helps you to understand yourself in this system and how not to be driven to become the next anti-black man living abroad, not to become an Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
It's very good to read Blackface White Mask. And you become a really passionate person about the topic, then you can go further to even read his other book, At the Edge of the Earth. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Valerie, it's been so nice to have you.
Yeah.
We really you kept up to our intro. The
Yeah.
discussion
Yes.
was entertaining and it was very insightful.
Yeah. Set the bar so high.
Yes.
For
The
our
next
next
for the next
guest.
men because sorry for the next male guest that we have. But this was so much fun. It was really nice for us.
Yeah.
And I'm very sure it's going to be nice for the people who listen.
Yeah.
We want to have you back. We hope that we're going to have you back again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So Noella, please close us.
Okay. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Abby. Everybody, let your light shine. And we've learned so many things today. But what I'll leave you with is as you're getting serious, make time to read the fun books. Balance it up.
Yeah.
On
Because first of all, what reason why we're here on this earth is to live life first before being
yes.
someone relevant. Don't
Yeah.
die
Of
without
course.
having lived.
Yeah.
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 True. 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 Okay, guys, let your light shine.
Ciao.
Ciao.